All right, it's time to kick our Everything Gamecock Monday nights with my man Brian Hand of Spurs and Feds, where we talk everything that's happening with Gamecock sports. And of course, a lot to be really proud of if you're a Gamecock, Brian. Let's start right now with the academics of spring and then the honor roll. South Carolina, for a stretch of years, have remained at the top with Alabama as one of the top academic schools in the SEC.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And that's something that Ray Tanner and the whole athletics department really take pride in. They, you had the football team with the 2.8 GPA and above. You got some programs like tennis, 3.7, 3.8. I don't know exactly what I'm at, but just think about that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. These are kids that know that they're getting an opportunity to get a better education. Only so many people have the opportunity to go play professionally, but you're getting the opportunity to get education. They're taking full advantage of it.
Now they're doing a great job with their academics, and of course the Doty, the academic center. So much been put in that. Thanks to my good friend Joe Rice and Lisa and their donations. But it's allowing these guys to really do great work academically. Now let's talk from the sports side. USA basketball, Dawn Staley and Asia Wilson left last week. Of course, you got Elena Coates, you got Tiffany Mitchell. They're going to be playing some international basketball, and of course Dawn and Asia tweeting away with what's going on in practice. Talk about those young ladies and what they're doing and the expectations this summer.
Yeah, what an opportunity, number one.
Great opportunity.
Dawn Staley, you talk about being able to promote your product at the greatest level. Right. That's exactly what Dawn Staley and Asia Wilson, with Dawn, the head coach, and Asia playing on the under-19, was named one of the captains of the under-19 USA women's basketball team. And then you mentioned Tiffany Mitchell, who's one of the best players in college basketball, along with Elena Coates, who's also on the Pan American squad. So they're out there promoting that product internationally and showing that why South Carolina has become one of those top programs in the country.
Another reason why they have become one of the top programs in the country, because of you, the fans out there, that over 12,000 a game that was at the women's Gamecock basketball at the CLA. They came out today, record numbers for women's basketball in Division I college sports, and the Gamecocks led the country for the first time in 12 years, taking over where Tennessee used to be. Now Dawn Staley and the Gamecocks have passed them on the court and in attendance.
Yeah, think about it. 11 straight years Tennessee was the number one attendance in the country. South Carolina took it over. But it's really amazing if you think about it. 2 years ago, Dawn just wanted 5,000 people at the game, and then they ended up averaging 6,000. It was like, this is a pretty good year. Yes. And then they jumped from 6,000 to almost 13,000 this year in attendance, and they led the nation. They led all of women's basketball in every game they played all year. 285,000 fans saw them play throughout the course of the year in all of their openings, which almost 300,000 people seen. And then you want to throw in the men in there. They moved up from 41st in the nation to 33rd in the nation. Almost had 12,000 fans per game. And, they were in the top 15 in the country and increased attendance for the second straight year, joining Virginia and Utah. People are paying attention. A lot of people like to say people aren't paying attention to Gamecock basketball. Numbers prove differently.
Yeah, they definitely showed up and showed out for the home basketball games at the CLA. And finally, let's get to some football real quick, because we're going to push you right into Gamecock Chalk Talk. J.C. Sherbert will join us here on the I like a nice set here, by the way. The girls have done a great job, and Dustin also is putting it together. But Pharaoh Cooper, Paul Horning WACH list, one of the best in the SEC, one of the best in the country. He's set for another special year, but I think somebody has to step up to help him. Is it going to be Shamir Jeffries? Is it going to be somebody else? Because a lot of folks are going to double team this kid. Who's going to be that guy?
Debo. I really do think
it's Dabo.
I think it's going to be Debo. No, you don't say Dabo. It's going to be Debo. I mean, I think his speed, it reminds me a lot of like an Ace Sanders type thing. Has a little, I think Shamir Jeffries, I really do believe Shamir Jeffries is going to have a pretty good year, but I really do think that person that's going to step in and fill that secondary role, because we all know who's going to be the number one role. That's going to be Pharaoh Cooper. And like you mentioned, the Hornig Award being up on that watch list. When you think of versatile in college football, you got to think Pharaoh Cooper. I think he's got a great chance to win that award, to be honest with you.
No doubt about it. If they can get him to football, and whoever going to be that quarterback, Connor Mitch, Nunez, Perry Orr, we don't know.
Yeah.
But when we come back after the break, of course, we'll wrap things up here at Watch Fox News at 10. And then, yes, we're going to kick off Gamecock Chalk Talk. Myself, Brian Hand, J.C. Sherbert will talk about last season and what's upcoming as we get you ready for some good old college football. Stay tuned. Watch Fox News at 10. We'll be right back.